Today on Blasticated Painting, we're going to paint a guy who got cut in half and just lived in a pile of garbage for a couple years. Garbage can help you survive being cut in half. The more you know. So today we're going to be painting Lord Maul from Star Wars Shatterpoint by Atomic Mass Games. Let's do it. Now, some of my viewers might be saying, you've already painted this guy. That's true, but I did a really easy approach with the black spray and the white zenithal, and then using contrast and speed paints. So this one, we're still going to use contrast and speed paints, but we're going to go a little bit more in depth. Now, I'm going to give this guy a white spray all over, and then we're moving on to gray. This is going to go all over his skin. And we're not too concerned with covering up any of those parts that are going to be red or his horns a little bit. We're going to go in and do all those after. Then we're going to take some neutral gray, and this is going to go all over his tunic. It's also going to go all over his gloves. Then we're going to take some Stonewall gray, and this is going to go all over his pants and his sleeves of his undershirt. Then we're going to take some Gravelord gray, and we're going to add in a little bit of speed paint medium, and this is going to go all over all that gray that we just did. So his skin, his shirt, his tunic, it's going everywhere that we just painted. Now we're going to grab some of that Baal Crimson, and it is going to go all over these spots on him that are supposed to be red. So, check your reference photos. I know I say this all the time, but check your reference photos. It's just going to make your life easier. And just go through carefully, get all those spots on his face and on top of his head. A strange thing about the sculpt is that his chest markings are pushed out. Like they're actually pushed out of the miniature. And the red spots on his face markings are indented. I don't know why they switched those. Probably for the sculpt it's easier to do, but just take your time. Then we're going to take some Amaranth Red, and we're going to do a highlight up on all that red we just did on his face and chest. Now, I do apologize for the focus here. I'm not sure if it's because he was mostly darker colors or something. It was just the camera was having a hard time focusing in on that. But, as everybody knows, we're amateurs here, and we don't know what we're doing. We're going to take some Lilith Yellow, and this is going to go on the horns on his little head here. Now we're going to hop back to that gray, and we are going to do just a nice highlight here on all that original gray that we did on his skin. This highlight layer is going to be really subtle. But that's okay, we just kind of want to add a little bit of depth. And we're going to hop to that neutral gray that we used, and we're going to highlight up all of his tunic here. and his gloves. Next, we're going to take some sea gray and we're going to add a little bit of the Stonewall gray, and we're going to create our highlight color for his pants and his sleeves. And we're going to add in a touch more of the Stonewall gray and just do a final sort of edge highlight on those raised areas. Next, we're going to take some Volcanic Yellow, and we are very carefully going to dot in his eyes. Next, we're going to take some Cobalt Metal and some Black Metal, and we're going to do a mix of this. So we're just going to darken down the Cobalt Metal with just like a drop of Black Metal, and this is going to go over all the metal of his legs, his belt, and his shoulder pads. Also want to put these on the spots on his gloves. Here's an interesting little thing. He seems to be wearing the same gloves that Anakin Skywalker's wearing on his one hand, his robotic hand. Did Maul lose some hands that we don't know about? I don't know. Or does he just like the style? But he wouldn't like the style because he's never seen Anakin Skywalker. Maybe they just think alike. Well, and we're going to take a little bit of bone white here, and we're just going to do some very quick little highlights on the very tips of his horns. And we're going to take some Gravelord Grey, and this is just going to go on the hilt of his lightsaber. And if you'd like to see how I do the lightsaber blades, I'll put a link in the description to my Asajj Ventress video. You can check it out there. And we're going to take some Runic Grey here, and this is going to go all over the metal that we did. So legs, belt, and shoulder pads. We will do the base on this guy, and he is done. And I am super happy with how he turned out. This is a really easy way for you to get this guy finished up and on the table. He's a little tricky because it's a lot of blacks, it's a lot of grays, it's very dark colors. But if you think ahead and maybe get a plan, it's not so bad. Let's be honest. He lived in garbage for years and created spider legs somehow. I don't know. Can you imagine working for George Lucas and being told, we got to bring Darth Maul back? How? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all the YouTube stuff, and you guys have a great day. So we're going to give this guy a white spray, and then we're going to move on to. So we're going to give this guy a white spray and all over. Oh my god. This is a bad start.